Imagine waking up one day and realizing you don't recognize your own family. The memories that once defined you are gone. But there is a terrifying truth about Alzheimer's disease that can put anyone's nerves to the test. And what's worse, most doctors never warn you about the earliest signs that could save your brain. Welcome to Levitas. What is the scariest thing about Alzheimer's doctors don't talk about? The scariest part of Alzheimer's disease isn't just memory loss, it's that by the time symptoms appear, the damage has already been happening for several decades. That means your brain could already be on the path to Alzheimer's right now, even if you feel perfectly fine. The brain doesn't suddenly break overnight, it deteriorates silently. One of the most chilling aspects is that Alzheimer's is not just about forgetting names or places, it's about losing control over your mind, personality, and body. As it progresses, patients struggle to speak, recognize loved ones, and even swallow food. The disease turns independent, thriving adults into people who need round-the-clock care. But what is the real nightmare? Most cases could be prevented when caught early. Doctors rarely talk about how lifestyle, diet, and hidden metabolic issues fuel brain decline long before symptoms emerge. But today, we'll uncover what they don't tell you, and what you can do about it. When does Alzheimer's begin? Alzheimer's doesn't begin in old age, it starts in your 30s and 40s. Research shows that beta-amyloid plaques and tau tangles, the toxic proteins that destroy brain cells, start forming decades before memory loss. These changes are driven by poor habits, inflammation, insulin resistance, poor sleep, and nutrient deficiencies. Yet, because there's no obvious sign at first, most people never realize their brain is in danger until it's too late. But there is a hidden symptom that could warn you years in advance, and could help you prevent this horrible outcome. Let's explore it. What is the hidden sign of Alzheimer's that appears decades before memory loss? Before memory loss, before confusion, there is one early warning sign of Alzheimer's that appears years, sometimes decades, before the disease takes hold. And doctors rarely discuss it. But what is that symptom? Loss of smell. Studies show that damage to the olfactory bulb, the part of the brain responsible for detecting scents, is one of the first signs of Alzheimer's. In fact, losing the ability to recognize smells like coffee, peppermint, or citrus could indicate that neurodegeneration has already begun. So, why does this happen? Alzheimer's first attacks areas of the brain that process sensory input, particularly the entorhinal cortex and hippocampus, which are crucial for memory, decision-making, and navigation. This means that before your mind struggles with names or faces, it struggles to recognize smells. If you or someone you know notices a gradual loss of smell, don't ignore it. It's an early red flag that your brain health needs immediate attention. How blood sugar spikes and insulin resistance fuel Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is now being called type 3 diabetes, and for good reason. Your blood sugar levels and insulin sensitivity play a direct role in brain health. When you consume too much sugar and processed carbs, your body enters a state of chronic insulin resistance. This means your brain cells can't absorb glucose efficiently, leaving them starved for energy. Over time, this leads to inflammation, oxidative stress, and the buildup of toxic proteins, key drivers of Alzheimer's. High blood sugar also damages small blood vessels in the brain, reducing oxygen and nutrient delivery. This leads to neuronal death, shrinking brain volume, and memory decline. But here's the shocking part. Even people without diabetes can have insulin resistance in the brain, and never realize it. What is the key to preventing this problem? The answer here is simpler than most people would think. Keeping blood sugar stable and improving insulin sensitivity through diet and lifestyle, that's the key. What is the one blood test that can predict Alzheimer's risk? The most powerful predictor of Alzheimer's isn't a brain scan. It's a simple blood test for fasting insulin levels and hemoglobin A1C. Why is this? Because elevated fasting insulin and A1C levels indicate insulin resistance, a major driver of Alzheimer's disease. Studies show that individuals with higher insulin resistance have a dramatically increased risk of developing cognitive decline and dementia. A fasting insulin level above 5 microunits per milliliter and an A1C above 5.4% could mean your brain is already struggling with energy metabolism. If these numbers are high, it's a clear red flag that you need to take action right now. What can you do right now to protect your brain? Protecting your brain starts today, not when symptoms appear. Here's what you can do right now. Control blood sugar is essential. Reduce processed sugars, eat whole foods, and pair carbs with healthy fats and proteins, if you are consuming them. Exercise daily is crucial too. Strength training and cardio increase BDNF, a protein that helps grow new brain cells. Prioritize sleep, since deep sleep clears toxic brain waste and prevents plaque buildup. Manage stress, since chronic stress increases cortisol, which shrinks brain regions involved in memory. Intermittent fasting has a powerful effect on brain protection. Fasting stimulates autophagy, helping clear damaged proteins from the brain. Stay socially active. Meaningful social connections strengthen neural pathways and delay cognitive decline. Challenge your brain. This means you should put effort in learning new skills, read or play instruments to create new neural connections. What foods and supplements help prevent this scary disease? Certain foods and supplements can shield your brain from decline, but only if used correctly. Omega-3 fatty acids, which are found in salmon, sardines, and walnuts. These are fats that reduce inflammation and improve brain function. Aim for 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of DHA daily. Turmeric, which contains curcumin, a very powerful anti-inflammatory that helps remove beta-amyloid plaques. Take 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily with black pepper for better absorption. Magnesium L-threonate. This type of magnesium enhances memory and prevents brain aging. Take 200 to 400 milligrams daily. Vitamin D low levels are linked to cognitive decline. Get at least 5,000 international units daily if deficient. Always control your blood levels by making the adequate blood testing. Eggs and choline are essential for neurotransmitter production. Eat 3 to 4 eggs daily or supplement with 250 to 500 milligrams of choline. Leafy greens and berries are high in antioxidants. These reduce oxidative stress. Eat at least half a cup per day. MCT oil provides ketones as an alternative brain fuel, improving cognition. You can take 1 to 2 tablespoons daily. By making these changes, you're not just protecting your brain, you're investing in a future free from cognitive decline and improved overall health. In conclusion, Alzheimer's disease doesn't begin with memory loss, it starts decades earlier, often in complete silence. Long before symptoms appear, the brain undergoes destructive changes, fueled by insulin resistance, inflammation, and toxic protein buildup. One of the earliest warning signs, a diminished sense of smell, often goes unnoticed, yet it can serve as a crucial red flag for neurodegeneration. Blood sugar spikes and insulin resistance, now linked to Alzheimer's as type 3 diabetes, deprive brain cells of energy and accelerate cognitive decline. A simple blood test measuring fasting insulin and A1C levels can help assess risk years before symptoms manifest. The good news is that early intervention can make a significant difference on the final outcome. By stabilizing blood sugar, adopting brain-boosting foods, engaging in regular exercise, and optimizing sleep, you can protect your cognitive function. Key nutrients like omega-3, curcumin, magnesium threonate, choline from eggs, and vitamin D offer an additional defense against neurodegeneration. These lifestyle changes don't just lower the risk of Alzheimer's, they enhance overall brain health, energy, and longevity. Understanding these hidden dangers and taking action now is the most powerful way to safeguard your future. Prevention starts today, long before memory fades. Thank you for tuning in to Levitas. Please share today's video with friends and family, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for future videos. Your support is appreciated, it helps us grow and create more content to empower your health. Remain tuned to Levitas for more expert advice on your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.